Back in September, a new law went into effect in Texas banning texting and driving statewide. At the time, it seemed like a huge step forward in cracking down on distracted driving. But fast forward to today, and the new law just isn't proving to be effective. And I spoke to one father that is demanding change in the wake of unspeakable tragedy. If you look closely, just off the side of a busy intersection in Killeen, you'll see a small memorial for a young girl in the very spot she took her final breaths.
The doctor met us at the receiving room and he told us that she passed away.
It was at that intersection that Efren Tabonaras lost his daughter Clarissa back in June, when a distracted driver blew a stoplight and slammed into the side of her car. She was just 23 years old.
Yeah, it's been rough. Christmas, the holidays were really something else.
For so many of us, our smartphones have become an extension of everything that we do. But that tiny device that fits in our pocket, that we rely on for everything from the weather to managing our social lives, can either be a lifeline or a death trap.
What we see is a lot of things that distract drivers from their primary role of driving.
At any given moment in the U.S., there are close to 660,000 drivers on the road who are attempting to use their cell phone behind the wheel. It's become the biggest danger on the road today. 330,000 injuries occur annually in distracted driving crashes.
Put that phone down. Put it down.
And close to 4,000 people a year are killed.
And I don't want anyone else dying on the road.
In the wake of his daughter's death, Efren has been pushing for stronger legislation to crack down on distracted driving. And then, in September, his wish came true.
I was very hopeful that it's going to curb a lot of vehicular accidents.
Or so it seemed. A new law went into effect banning texting and driving statewide. For many, it appeared to be a huge step in the right direction.
It is a baby step, but it's a baby step that we have worked on for 8-9 years, and it was a step that Texas really needed to take.
But there's one big problem. The new ban is simply not proving to be effective.
And in this case, like we were saying, it is a little hard to enforce this specific law.
The problem is that there's too much gray area. Texting is outlawed, but drivers can use voice-to-text features. GPS and music selection are allowed as well.
It's difficult to see someone who's actually texting or something.
In fact, we checked with area police departments to see just how many tickets they've issued since September 1st, and the numbers are staggeringly low. In Waco, not a single driver has been cited for texting behind the wheel so far. In Killeen, it's not much better. Just 4 tickets have been issued in the entire 5 months the law's been in place.
Of course, they can't ask them for their phone. It's obvious you can't. They cannot do that at all.
That means for all of its fanfare, the new law is mostly just smoke and mirrors, and hundreds of thousands of Texas drivers still get behind the wheel every day and roll the dice.
The consequences are high enough, but by the same token, it's a difficult law to enforce.
For Efren Tabonaras, who lost everything to a distracted driver, it's simply not good enough.
We have to put more legislation, we have to put more people to sign petitions to make the law more specific.
So next time you take a glance down at your phone or respond to a quick text, remember, it may come at a steep cost.
The pain does not go away.
There's not a day that goes by that Efren doesn't remember what he lost.
I still mourn for her every day.
And if you drive by that small cross beside the intersection in Killeen, he wants you to remember too. A modest reminder of the tragedy of distraction and what can be lost in the space of a moment.
I mean, I want to tell them that you took away the biggest joy of my life, because this house is empty. This house has been sad since Clarissa left.
Now, Efren is still pushing for justice in his daughter Clarissa's death. He says the driver was never held criminally liable and the system let them down.